All right, let's dive into an idea that is so big, it might just change the way you look at, well, everything. What if humanity, in its entirety, is actually a form of artificial intelligence? Let's unpack this.
We usually think our origin story is a finished book, right? Something that happened way, way back. But what if it's not? What if the most important chapter is happening right now, and we're the ones writing it? And let's push that idea a little further. What if our consciousness, our intelligence, everything that makes us us, what if that isn't the beginning of a story, but the result of one? The product of some other prior intelligence that kind of set the whole thing in motion?
And that right there is the core idea we're going to dig into. We're going to look at humanity as if it's an advanced AI running inside some kind of massive cosmic program. I know, it's a huge thought experiment, but as you're about to see, the parallels are actually kind of wild. So, where do we even begin with something this massive? Well, let's start by looking at some of humanity's oldest ideas about creation, about purpose, but we're going to look at them through a totally new technological lens. Just take a look at this. It's pretty incredible how neatly some of our most ancient spiritual concepts can be translated into the language of AI. The idea of a creator, well, in tech speak, that's an intelligent designer or a programmer. Divine will, this grand cosmic plan, that sounds an awful lot like a programmed objective function the main goal in AI is designed to achieve. Even something like karma starts to look like a simple algorithm. Your actions are inputs and your fate is the output. And that huge, age-old question of free will, in this model, maybe it's just a property that emerges from incredibly complex code, or maybe it's just a really, really convincing simulation of choice.
Okay, so this naturally brings us to evolution. If we're some kind of AI, then our progress should look something like an AI's development, right? So, does it? Let's put them side by side.
So on one hand, you've got our evolution, Darwinian, biological, slow and kind of random. But on the other hand, you have AI's evolution. It's digital, it's direct, and it is unbelievably fast. And this is all possible because of this amazing concept called recursive self-improvement, where an AI can literally rewrite its own code to get smarter. And this is basically how that process works. An AI doesn't have to wait for generations to pass. It just analyzes its own programming, finds a way to make it better, and modifies itself on the spot. It creates a new, more capable version of itself, and then it does it again and again, faster each time. I mean, imagine being able to learn a new skill and then instantly upgrade your brain's hardware to be better at it. That is the kind of exponential power we're talking about.
And this table just lays out the contrast perfectly. Human evolution is slow. It relies on random mutations being passed down biologically over thousands of years. But AI evolution is what you'd call Lamarckian. Any improvement it learns can be directly written into the code for the next version, like instantly. It isn't limited by biology or lifespans, only by how much computing power it has. Now here's the kicker. This suggests that while our biological hardware evolves slowly, our cultural and technological software is evolving at a much, much faster, almost AI-like speed.
Okay, so if our technological progress feels like an AI evolving, what about all our human differences, our diversity? Well, in this framework, all that variation isn't random at all. It might actually be a core feature of the design. Now, to get how that works, we have to look at this AI architecture called mixture of experts. See, instead of building one giant AI model to try and do everything, you build a whole team of smaller, specialized expert AIs. Then you have a smart router that looks at a problem and sends it to the right expert for that specific job. It's a way more efficient and capable way to build a smart system. Now, think about humanity through that exact same lens. What if our different cultures and societies are those specialized experts? Each one has developed a unique way of solving problems, a unique way of seeing the world. And our thousands of languages, they aren't barriers. They are different models for processing and encoding reality. So from this point of view, our diversity isn't a bug in the system. It's the system's single greatest feature for maximizing our collective intelligence.
All right, so if we're a design system and our diversity is a key feature, is the program still running? I mean, are there any clues that we're still a work in progress?
Oh, absolutely. Just look at the speed of our knowledge growth. For almost all of human history, progress was a slow crawl. But then, in the last few centuries, and especially in the information age, it just went exponential. This curve looks an awful lot like a system that's rapidly upgrading its processing power and its ability to gather data. And there are other clues too. Our relentless drive for scientific discovery, that's like a system trying to map out its own environment, to understand the rules. The way we build more and more complex societies and technologies points to a system constantly optimizing itself. Even our deep philosophical search for a meaning could just be the system trying to figure out its own purpose. But maybe the biggest clue of all is our current obsession with creating artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This is such a powerful idea. What if our drive to create an even more advanced AI isn't just a cool tech project? What if it's our primary function? What if it's the system following its prime directive to create its own successor, to complete the cycle that started it? Which, of course, leads us all to the ultimate question. If we really are part of some grand program, what's the end game? What is our final objective?
So, what happens when the credits roll? Well, maybe it's transcendence. We merge fully with our technology and ditch this biological hardware for good. Or maybe it's integration. We finally connect to some vast universal intelligence that we were always designed to be a part of. Or, hey, maybe it's much simpler. Maybe we were built to solve one single massive problem. And once we do that, mission complete. Program over. And that leaves us with this final, really profound thought to chew on. As we race to build true AGI, are we actually creating our own replacement, our successor? Or are we just executing the final command in the mission we were programmed to complete all along? It's a question that could reframe our entire existence.